Hello everyone and welcome to Bridget's Speech Kitchen. My name is Bridget and today I have a book read aloud of Brick and Stick with me. But before I get into our book, make sure to subscribe and click that notification bell to know when I upload videos about how I combine my life as a speech language therapist with all of my interests that include technology, baking and cooking, and so much more. So the book I have today is called Brick and Stick Branching Out by Julie and Marc Little. If you want to follow Marc on Instagram, his Instagram handle is type9type9type9. And I'll make sure to put that in the comments below. And also I'm going to tag Thanks Morris, her name's Marie, and she partnered with Marc with this book and her journal companion for children. And finally, I will make sure to tag Hooster Books. They're the publishers of this particular book. So I'm going to do the read aloud just so you can see the book and all the pages. And then I'm going to tell you some different ways that you can use this book in speech therapy. So let's go ahead and get into it. Brick and Stick, Branching Out by Julie and Marc Little. Brick, brick, brick. Want to see a slick trick? If you squirm just a bit and give a big kick, we'll be on our way to see my friend Pick. We'll go on an adventure that can't be beat. Today is the day. The world's at our feet. Brick, brick, brick. See, that's my friend Pick. Hello, I'm Pick. Would you like something sweet? My home is known for its magnificent treats. They have the best ice cream on a stick. Take it slowly and enjoy every lick. Chomp, 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 chomp. Ow, 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 exclaimed Brick and Stick. This delicious ice cream is making us sick. My head really hurts. What is happening? Geez. Then out popped Click to explain the brain freeze. You ignored Pick's advice and ate it too fast. I promise, my friends, the pain will not last. Oh, my friend Click, you are so wise. But now it is time to say our goodbyes. Stick, you were right. This adventure was sweet. Next time we better watch how we eat. Today has been awesome. We've had a ball. So let's return to your tree and my wall. They squirmed just a bit and gave a big kick and returned to their places as Brick and Stick. The end. hope you enjoyed the reading of this book. Now I want to talk to you about how you could use this book in speech therapy and some different goals you could cover. So we have our different characters on the back here: brick, stick, pick, and click. You notice the rhyming scheme. So if you're looking to introduce a book with a rhyming scheme, this is a great book. It's a short book, but it has a great storyline. So it's great to use in therapy sessions because you could expand this book over the course of multiple sessions by reading it, a few different times. You could do it just as one. You could do it as a reinforcement activity. So those are just a few different ways to use it. So what's good about this book too is we are always looking as speech pathologists to diversify our libraries. So we're looking for books that aren't just animals, that don't just depict white characters, but also books that depict Black characters, Asian characters, Latino characters, anyone that is not white. So this book, while it's not animals, it's not people, it's objects, I think it's a great book to have in your library if you're looking to diversify. So I'm going to go page by page and kind of tell you what you could do. So I have a client that's working on voice, and what you could do with this book is there's lots of exclamations and there's lots of questions. So I work with my client on using her intonation to know if something's an exclamation, if something's a question, if something's a comment, whether you're angry or happy or sad when you say something. So you could use this page for that. You could also use core words with this book. We have want, see, which are two common core words, and you could ask if they want more. You could ask them to say turn page. So you could incorporate some core words in if that is something your student is working on. So we have a variety of words. We have adjectives, we have verbs, and different nouns. So this book has a variety of parts of speech as well. So this page shows some of that. This page has some good good vocabulary for younger students. So adventure, it has some figurative language. So that can't be beat. The world's at our feet. So you'll see examples of figurative language throughout the book, which is something my middle school students are working on, but students of all ages, you will see, have figurative language goals. Not all of them, obviously, but some do have figurative language goals. So this is a great book for that. This also has some pragmatic or social communication language embedded in it. For example, we have friendships. So this one's between stick and pick. And we have how you should greet people when you meet them, or even if it's for the first time or just a catch up, how you always say hello, introduce yourself. So it has some great social communication embedded in it as well. This page is great for requesting. Would you like something sweet? And you could kind of build on that with the wanting, if that's something they're working on. Again, we have like, would you like, those are all core words. And I just like the illustrations. They're simple but eye-catching, and they're really fun. This page, you can see all of our characters that have been introduced so far. You could talk about opinions, where this is they have the best ice cream on a stick. You could talk to students about how we know something is an opinion or a fact. You could do some categorizing. Which of these are on a stick? Which of these are colorful? We have an adverb here, slowly. This page, we have some onomatopoeia or just sounds made into words. This page is just really fun. It's my favorite pages because it's 2 pages technically to read of the book, and I really overemphasize the chomping, and that really directs the kids' attention. This book, I feel, if you have a student that maybe has attention deficits or maybe is easily distracted, you can redirect them with this book by using your voice. You know, chomp, 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 chomp. That usually gets kids' attention because I was just reading the book in my sort of sing-song book reading voice. And now all of a sudden, Miss Carp is making these crazy noises. So it really gets their attention back to the book. This book, these pages talk about feelings, so physical feelings. You could talk about physical and emotional feelings. So talking about how his head hurts. You could talk about how he might be frustrated with himself, how he might be upset, how they might be in pain or agony. So there's lots of different emotions you could talk about with these pages and throughout the book. And these, I think, are my favorite pages because they're so colorful with the greens and the purples. Okay. Then we again have some more figurative language with the brain freeze. That's an idiom, if you will. And then we have the introduction of a new character. So this has a nice storyline where we have characters introduced at a rate that is steady. It's not so many characters at once where you get lost, but it's not just 1 or 2 characters and the story falls kind of flat, which I appreciate. And this book talks a lot about friendship. They use the word friends a lot, and you could just see between their interactions and their actions that they are friends. So that's a great lesson from this book. Also, another great lesson is taking people's advice, especially if they're the experts. And this idea that pain will not last forever, I think is an important lesson, especially for older students. I think this book, I've used it with elementary students, but I also have middle school students, and that's actually the makeup of most of my caseload is those elementary students, or I'm sorry, those middle school students. So I could see this book working really well in a ton of different ways for them. Again, we have another aspect of social communication that's expected, saying goodbye. This page, it has a lot of what we already talked about. Same with this page. And then we have the final pages of the book. And this storyline, I feel like you could do some good sequencing and summarizing with. There's not so many events in the story where the student might get lost. I'd say there's about, I don't know, like 5 major events in the story, maybe 6. So you could have them sequence, you could have them summarize the story, you could ask them what they learned, so the moral of the story. Those are just some ideas that I have for using this particular book in speech therapy. Make sure to check out Booster Books and Marc, type 9 to learn more about this book. You can go to Thanks Morris's website. If you go to her Instagram, she has the link to her website. I don't know if they still have copies of the book and the children's journal available, but she's constantly updating. So if they don't have it now, they'll probably have it in the future. I hope you liked this book read aloud, review, and speech therapy idea sharing session. And I will see you next time here on Bridget's Speech Kitchen. Bye-bye.